2025. That is, it's like extra hard. It's like
2025.
2025. It's like it's got that little extra kick to you, but yo, it's getting real. It's
year.
It's the mega year, guys. I don't know what to say. I hope you're ready. It's happening. It is the 22nd of January, 2025. Yes, Donald J. Trump is happening. Things are crazy. Like, this might be an episode where we could like talk for like hours about just like his first 2 days in office.
Yeah.
Like everything that's transpired. I was like, you called me and I was like, no, we need to talk about this. This is greatness. Like if you wanted to live in a time like me, I'm a storyteller, I'm a writer, and I'm gonna tell you something. Like, I love this shit. I don't know what to tell you. This is like,
Love it.
yeah, like I'm excited. I mean, whatever, it's gonna shake up the world. We'll see what happens. Probably not gonna be that great, but my point is, I'm wishing everyone the best. So let's do good things, and yeah, we want to talk about.
Jay, I need it from the top. Jay,
Okay, we're gonna start with the inauguration, guys. We're gonna talk from he walked in to the inauguration. He did it indoors. He said that, and basically it was
Safer.
like, yeah, only the billionaires could bring their wives. Only, I think, Lauren Sanchez was the only like women up there. And, the whole Mark Zuckerberg. You saw him. I think that, listen, he is a man.
Quite looking.
A little bit. Anything is that all these dudes, they have all these video cameras on them, but I just feel like any one of us could have been caught out there, and she was, like, it was not that appropriate.
Probably a plethora of guys that got caught up out there. He just happened to be Mark.
He just happened to be, and he happened to be like right next to her, and yeah, those dudes are worth $1 trillion. So Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Mark Zuckerberg, Tim Cook, and Sundar Pichai, the CEO of Google.
Yes.
Basically. So basically, like, your whole online life, we're just sitting behind this guy.
Casually right next to each other.
For the casual supremacy. These dudes, if you really want to talk about what we're talking about, like, forget about it. There's no more hiding. There's no more casual. Okay. Casual is gone. This is direct.
My guy from Apple is there as well.
I said that. So we had Elon, Jeff, Mark Zuckerberg, Tim Cook from CEO of Apple, and yes. So we had all the big boys were there, and yeah, it was a wild time. And I don't know. I think that's wild. We'll definitely go back to that. But I also want to think about one more thing that happened right before. Did you invest in the Donald meme coin?
I wanted to. I was looking for it. I was looking for it.
So we definitely have to talk about this, okay? So forget the inauguration. Before the inauguration, we hear that Donald Trump has a new meme coin, Trump. And in about 2 days, it makes $50 billion. It is basically like 80% of his net worth now. He is that rich because basically he owns, or there's a wallet that owns about 80% of the coin, right? He was doing pretty good. And this is already like ethics, like, this is like, this is real shady. This is like grift level shadiness.
It's like the Haktua coin, but legal.
Because, again,
legal.
He's taking over. That's it. There's who's gonna come after me? Who's gonna investigate me? Who's gonna prosecute me? No one. He is Teflon Donnie, okay? And there's until Teflon Donnie.
Shot.
Oh, I need my tea. I need my honey. No, so it was just like, so he could have gotten away with that. And that was still real shady. That's like $50 million basically over 2 nights. The next day, he decides on the 19th, they drop the Melania coin. The wife wants to get in on the grip. Back to back 2 days.
So the DP coins.
Oh my God. Like, you guys already had you had gone away. You don't want to talk about being greedy. Like a God, like it was already bad. But you made like $50 billion and things were cool. Everyone was like, okay, well, but then you dropped Melania. And motherfuckers were like, oh, no. And they realized, yo, Melania. I hold my heart out to Melania, and she. I mean, both coins are made. There's a like basically, it's just crazy to think about everything that they're doing, and this is right as they walked in, and basically now if you own enough of his coin, you kind of just you're like in his favor. Like his worth is kind of like mostly inflated by people who own this meme coin, and yeah, that's a huge ethics issue, and yeah, it's definitely something that's gonna be studied. I'm sure people are gonna sue him, but at this point, like honestly, like I don't
Who's gonna sue him?
no one. As I say that, and I don't even believe it as I
Can you
said
sue
it.
the president?
I don't think so. I don't think. I think they've made it so that basically
Can you indict the president?
they tried. I mean, he's a convicted felon. It is what it is. I mean, everyone.
Everything.
Listen, AOC. She came out. She goes, why didn't I go to the inauguration? She goes, I don't go to rapist fucking parties. It's all good. I'm just saying that
What? Who said that?
AOC.
AOC?
Oh, AOC says she's like, why didn't she go to our inauguration? And she goes, because I don't support rapists. Whoa, I know that's AOC. People were pissed off about that.
So Jay, we can't be saying that word. Grape.
Oh, the
Grapist.
I'm sorry.
The grapist.
So yes, so yeah, but imagine AOC said, so I guess that's okay for me to say, but it's on the X. So it's all good. It took me a little while to finally see this movie. I know you you hated it, and I'm sorry to bring it up. Gladiator 2.
Oh, come on.
Listen, I was in this like Chris Nolan said it was the best movie of the year.
Basura. I mean, it had Denzel. Denzel was in there,
It had Denzel. It had all this, it's Ridley Scott. It was just like all these like there was these really great crazy scenes, and like these things that connected it were terrible. Whatever it is, you can check it out. It just went on Paramount Plus. But let me get to my point. The point is that throughout the whole film, the German, the Roman general says to them, by Victus, which basically means woe to the vanquished. And, it's like something that's kind of like brought up throughout the movie a lot of times. Like, before he has to go in there and he's a traitor, whatever. That's no more spoilers. But either way, it's like a whole thing. And we're in the situation right now where I think we have to accept that this is our reality. And this is life right now. And I think, woe to the conquered. Even if you think that you're the conquered, like I think you just have to strap up. Like this is gonna be the next 4 years are gonna be the time where you want to like business up. You want money up because that's who's being protected right now. That's what people care about. That's who, DJT's all about is, protecting that brand, that money. I got a lot of going on. But it's gonna be crazy. The people who are gonna make the most money, probably the fossil fuels. He's gotten rid of all the regulations, DI. He decided that anyone who's a DI hire, wherever that is, the inclusive and diversity, basically he wants them all gone. He signed his pen to several executive orders. What's actually going to be enforced, what's not, I don't know. I mean, I think that a lot of it is bravado. I think a lot of it is like, yeah, he's saying it, whatever it is, but I don't know if everyone's just going to jump up and like just do everything. Maybe they will, like if they have this mobile force of people who like, okay, let's do this, fine, and so yeah, you have to decide. If not, you're just gonna have to play ball, and and then we're gonna get through this. We're gonna have a good
I
time.
believe the quote was the views don't align with the administration.
Well, hey, whatever they want to do, however they want to explain it, I think that a lot of it, these systems, you can say, oh, they're done, and that's fine. But I think that some of these people, these diverse people, are like actually sometimes better qualified, and I think they're gonna find that out. I think you could just say that, and it sounds something like you said something big, like okay, we're gonna get. But sometimes it is someone who's more educated, could be a woman, or it could be. I'm just saying, it might be in America. I mean, it's in America.
Okay, Jay, what do you think about? He said.
Tell me.
He said, "That's it. We're not gonna have any more men participate in the Women Olympics."
Oh yeah, there's only 2 more. That was like day one. He's not
This
playing.
guy.
Yo, he was like, they are 2 sexes, and that's it. You want to make sure. Listen, I told you they ran this whole thing on blaming people who are, I don't want to, because I don't want to get blurred out, who are switching over, or the immigrants. And so now that's like what the whole policy is. ICE is coming, no men and women. It's like, like we've solved the world hunger, and it's like no one cares. I mean, but it makes people happy to say that, hey, we're going to now we have two official sexes, male and female. If it made him
That's it.
happy, it's like the Gulf of America. It's like, dude, if you want to say these things, just keep saying them, fine. But like, does it mean anything to anyone? I mean, eventually, will it be rewritten in his, his history? We'll see. Like, like he just keeps saying things, and so it's fun. Um, and It's a lot of crazy things happening, dude.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the TikTok ban.
Oh, the TikTok ban.
That lasted for about 30 seconds. So
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't give two fucks about TikTok being banned. However,
tell me.
CapCut apparently is a company under TikTok. So
No.
once they took away CapCut, then we have a problem.
That was the issue. That was,
yes.
You know what? I downloaded for like a second the Red Note thing, the Chinese thing, but then never like actually just to see like the side things without actually putting a username. Like people had it, and then I deleted it. But it was like for a little bit, but basically everyone's basically agreed that it was just a game of chicken. Even right now, what people have to understand is that all Trump did was he paused it for 75 days. So about 2.5 months before they're going to make this final decision. But he wants at least half of TikTok. And guess who was at the inauguration? The CEO of TikTok.
Oh, wouldn't you be?
Oh, yeah, of course. They were all there to kiss the ring. It was all the big techs.
Kiss the ring.
That's it. They were,
oh, John.
They were all
some
there.
shots.
Come on.
You know nothing, Jon Snow.
Kiss the fucking ring. I'm sorry.
Let's go. It is what it is.
It is what it is, but they want 50% at least of TikTok. We'll see if they hold, but because it's going to be a huge number. They're going to settle. They're going to give the United States like half of TikTok.
Yes.
But it's going to be a huge number. And he's just going to, I'm telling you, like basically the last time that happened when Trump was in the president, he ballooned the deficit. He's going to make it so, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy. But
it's going to be
either
crazy.
way, that's what I'm saying. Just make your money right now.
I like what he said. He said, listen, man, without us, the TikTok isn't worth anything. So we want 50% if we're the ones that bring it value. Makes sense.
I guess so, man. But it's not like these are people. I don't know if that makes sense. But
are you not in agreement with this, Jay?
That they should be owned by? No, I think it's a private enterprise. Like, I mean, I understand. Like the guys from Singapore, I guess they're from China. But Meta and Zuckerberg have been caught several times. Already selling our data to people. In foreign countries, these dudes have already been caught doing this. So this other country, they just can't control it. Everyone talked about, when everything was happening in Gaza, and I mean, now we have a ceasefire, but when they destroyed that whole place, and they were really upset. They really fought for that TikTok ban, even though Trump got the 75-day reprieve. The first person to even mention TikTok being banned was Donald Trump. That's what you got to remember. And then eventually he became like the savior but they.
I really like that app.
I know
it wanted me the youth vote. The Republican Party hasn't won the youth vote since 1983 or something like that. And I wanted with ease. So I really like that app. We bring that app back.
They brought the app right back. And it was a big scheme, and they want their money, and they gave it 75 days, and they just, like they were just so ready to shut it down.
I'm all for it though, Jay. Are you not?
What does that mean? For what? The shutdown or for the what?
Yes, for we want half of TikTok. If you guys are not willing to give us half, then get that shit out of here.
Who is we? That's my
question. America.
Like anyone in America? Do you
America? Listen. As long as we get half, anybody in America.
Anyone in America. Doesn't matter. Who is in America? You think that anyone in America is better than anyone else outside of America?
Well, if it's going to be in America, some Americans have to benefit.
They are the influencers, the people who are on and making money. They're people, Americans, regular Americans making a living off of TikTok, and they're the ones managing it. But just because all we are like 30 different social medias, and they all have our camera, and they all have our photos, and they all have
They
like
all
just
have
all
our
these things.
data.
They Facebook just got caught like basically tracking all the websites. They call it like what you do outside, like it's tracking all the websites that you go on
On
after you get
Apple
off
as well,
Facebook.
I've heard that
Yeah,
they got sued because
and Facebook
apparently
just happened.
Siri was
Yeah, listening.
listening and saving their data, and
Of course. And it makes sense. And now that they have AI, and we're gonna talk about that next, but the next big topic after this, all of Trump's executive orders. And I'm here with ChatGPT. This is like we were talking about this before. This is my new bestie. I do so much work, my business and with everything else. But let's go down the line here. He did the immigration and border security, declared a national emergency at the U.S. Mexico border.
People already getting stopped in the streets everywhere in Jersey. I heard it on the radio.
I do not. I can imagine that is going to be good money. They're going to, just get all these new border and ICE agents. It's just they're going to love it. Deploying military forces to enhance border security. Additionally, he signed an order attempting to end birthright citizenships for children of undocumented immigrants, a move that is expected to face legal challenges. Unfortunately, that is against the Constitution. It is what it is. I mean, they're gonna fight it. We'll see what
Nobody
happens.
has it. He said that only Americans do it, and he said we shouldn't be doing it. So
I don't know. It's in the U.S. Constitution. He's gonna have to repeal the Constitution. That's all I'm saying about that. Is that is literally
that's a tough one.
That's a tough one. They're gonna fight that one out in the courts. That's just like a day one issue. Pardons. He issued full pardons to approximately 1,500 individuals connected to the January 6th Capitol.
I saw that headline. I saw that headline.
Including prominent figures from extremist groups. So basically, you can all go. That's it. We're done with this. Go home. Yeah. Go to bed. It is what it is. And it made a lot of people really happy. And I think America is America, energy and environmental policy withdrew the United States from the Paris Climate Agreement and revoked policies promoting renewable energy, signaling a shift towards increased domestic energy production. So we are basically like
gonna invest in energy, man.
Yeah, we're done with who, and now the Paris. I mean, that was like 1940. I don't know, like that was like an act of Congress. I don't know if you can like. I mean, you can. I guess you could. The Paris Climate Agreement, I'm pretty sure, was an act of Congress, but either way, whatever. In the social media, granted 75-day extension. We talked about this for the Chinese-owned social media platform TikTok to continue operations in the U.S. 75 days. Let's see. I don't think that they have a price for their algorithm. They don't want the United States to have their algorithm. That's TikTok's big thing. It's like you can't have our tech. It's better than yours. That's why you really want it. You're gonna fight us for it, but like you're just gonna copy it. Basically, they're gonna give it to Zuck. You're gonna give it to Elon. You're just gonna copy what we're doing. And I think that they rather. I'm telling you, I think this is not over.
I think X actually just launched like a TikTok feature, if I'm not mistaken.
It could be, but they just can't beat the TikTok algorithm. Maybe they do. I mean, but right now that's the big issue. But it's only 75 days. So tell me once, 2.5 months. So like let's say, we'll be like, yeah, the Ides of March, isn't that kind of poetic? It'll be like mid-March, like when Caesar died, the Ides of March, basically when this will be, because it's like, it'll be right around that time, in the middle of March when this will eventually have to.
You think they cave?
I don't think so. I don't think that they want the United States to have their algorithm, and I think that they've seen the outrage that it caused for so many American people. 170 million users are Americans, these influencers, these people who are making a living through TikTok Shop. I use TikTok Shop. So it's a wild thing to pull this away from people. And I've read the orders here, and we can go back into that. But it's pretty crazy, the ban and how they did it. But that's a law that's been passed. And then they took it to Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court upheld it. So an executive order is like a Band-Aid over this like really big thing. So it's just so crazy that like at so many steps, someone could have been like, hey, stop this. I think this is ultimately what's gonna happen, because you're gonna have to like write a new law, which is either he's gonna have to get up there and and just explain why, actually let's let's do this.
What's your final prediction? What do you think is going to happen within the 75 days? Like, what do you think is going to be the final call?
I don't know. I mean, I think that they'll eventually figure something out, but I think that the United States is going to just let them do what they have to do. Like, I think they repeal that law. I think they don't want to these people to be pissed off. Like, it's an early win for Trump, but like it's still really early is my point, and that like it could turn really fast. And I just don't think these people like have ever shown any reason to blink. They just are too powerful. They're making too much money. Like everyone we're dealing with is just making so much money. I don't know. I think it keeps going, but like the United States basically just changes his law and is like, my bad, and like, we shouldn't have done this in the first place. I think that's probably what's going to happen. So we'll see what
I
happens.
think we get something out of it.
We'll see. I don't think so. But I just we'll see. I mean, it's I don't know. You keep saying we, but it's like I get
America.
America,
They took our jobs.
America, got my jobs. No, dude, like I just we are we're closer to homeless people than any of these billionaires. And this is what really this all comes down to is this like this class consciousness. And so it's Bernie's been talking about this oligarchy and talking about how we're basically setting up our government to be this thing for the ultra corporations, the ultra rich. And if that's the road that you want to keep leading it down, and you think you have to pick, like, is that who you are too? And being real about our situation, our lives. And it's the same thing. We'll talk about, Democrats and Republicans, but really it's about like poor versus rich. And it's like the same struggle that's happened, like, throughout all of like human history. I've talked about this before, but my favorite subject was history. It always calms me down because, I think about like a couple, 100 years ago, you couldn't have taken a hot shower, this comedian talks about it. There's just all these, innovations that make our lives compared to, let's say, 100 or 200 years ago, like by so little. Like if you really think about how vast and how much history we have, that we live in this beautiful like Goldilocks zone where, think about it, like 100, 200 years from now, like all the resources are going to be burned up. We're just gonna like burn through all of this until like we're literally, like, we already see it, the ashes of what the future for us holds, because we can't help ourselves. We're just going to keep using no Paris, we don't care. We're just like, because at the end of the day, we're all like kind of on the train out, like when you're Trump and he's like in his 80s, he's not gonna last 10 years. You're letting someone set up, the next generation, for someone who's not gonna be around for like, maybe 10, 15 years. Like how much life did this man have left? I don't know. I just think that it's a wild time to be alive. And I'm
What a
excited
time to be alive.
What a time to be alive. I'm so happy to be here. I'm so happy
I'm
to.
just very excited, Jay, because the last 4 years haven't been the best. So I'm very optimistic. I'm just out here like, yes.
I want please
Right?
define that for me. Tell me what about the last 4 years, because the numbers aren't that bad. Like
Okay,
Jobs, go ahead.
Okay, so I'm gonna start with the stock market. I had a pretty penny, let's just say that. Once Democrats took office, that all went to shit.
Okay, but I feel okay. You have to be more. So what was it? Specific stocks, or was it you talking about the
Stocks.
full volume? Because like Biden had some of like the highest. Like we could like, let's chat GPT this right here. Let's see this right here. We got the stock market during Biden. Let's do this. Yeah, we're going to talk about AI because that's another really big topic. But I love having it for this kind of thing. Okay. During President Joe Biden's tenure from January 2021 to January 2025, the U.S. stock market experienced notable growth marked by periods of volatility. The S&P 500 rose approximately 58% during his presidency, reflecting a strong recovery from the COVID-19 pandemic economic impact. Like, I'm just saying, like, it rose 58% is when let's talk about Elon and his hand gesture at right before the inauguration. He was giving his heart out to the crowd, and but it was a flex. It was a, I am the richest man in the world, I am the top influencer of the president of the United States. I am going to do this. I'm going to get away with it. I'm going to say whatever I want to say about it. You're going to see it. You're going to say it. He knew exactly what he was doing. And he wanted that attention, and we gave it to him. The first thing I saw, I looked at my thing, his feed was just him with his hand up and the whole thing. And it's like, did he mean that, or did he mean it to the whole heart of the people? But this is what we're becoming, is this society where, these gestures are kind of being done in this covert way, but really, again, this casual supremacy where we're seeing the situation where things that are just becoming straight out. I'm like, and I have friends who are Jewish who are like defending, Elon Musk, and they're conservative and like, no, he didn't. I was like, okay, fine. Like, listen, like, it is what it is. This is how you want to think of it. Like, this is we're turning into this fascist country. Like, if you don't see it, then that's your decision. And my point is that I'm going to do the best I can as a person in this world, to do my best. But like, yeah, you're seeing what's happening, and it's like boiling frogs. Like there's that old adage where basically, if you throw a frog into a boiling pot of water, it jumps right out because it feels the hot water and it jumps out, right? But if you leave a frog in a pot and you just let the water boil slowly, they just boil. They just eventually they don't feel it. You just have to kind of bring up the heat slowly. We are in a point in a situation where, like, the heat, it just keeps going up. And I'm just saying, I think that we have to
Hold
be
on, let me give
very.
you some shots for
There
that
we go.
analogy.
There we go.
So you're saying like we're pretty much the frogs
We're
here,
just basically
and
not
they're bringing
moving,
up the
and
heat
it just
right now.
slowly bring up the heat, and we're going to, before we know it, we're just going to be like, it's just going to be something. The next 4 years are going to open up the privatization of the world, of basically everything. The water is going to be private, the air is going to be private. Even so, my next topic that I wanted to talk about,
Going past 60th Street is going to be private.
oh, I mean, we talk about the congestion pricing. We could, I don't know. I told you, I'm pro. I'm sorry, guys. Congestion pricing. You're definitely going to be stuck with it. But okay, here's what we're going to talk about. This is OpenAI. Trump basically has announced $500 billion for a private sector AI infrastructure. So again, he's not even building this.
Yeah, they've been talking about it for a while,
but he's not building this for the country. Okay, he's not building the United States as this AI thing. He's basically going to help these like private companies, SoftBank, OpenAI, basically set up this giant AI,
set up shop right here in America.
Right here in America. And I think what people don't really realize about AI is that they're basically just trying to replace you. And so the whole thing is just set up. They want to, the more money they can make is with the less amount of labor. That's always the most expensive thing. So them learning and teaching, and so I'm just saying that what people have to be afraid, or things you have to consider, is that this is $500 billion to a private entity for AI. It's like Skynet. It sounds almost like Skynet. What's the name of the thing? It's like, I was joking. I don't know if you are a Terminator fan, but that's the AI that takes over and basically decides that humanity isn't worth shit, and basically just destroys humanity. But that's old AI stuff. But it's crazy that they are going to give that money to private companies. OpenAI, who, again, the CEO, Sam Altman, guess what? He was at the inauguration. He was there. Definitely, everyone was there to bow down and kiss the ring. And then this joint venture, I mean, they're saying that's probably not going to be that much money. Elon is already, he's the head of Dodge. He's like the head dude with the numbers. They already got rid of what was his name, Vivek. They already the I don't know if the Indian guy, the other rich guy. They already kicked him out of Dodge. That's the
Out to Dodge. The shit
Yeah.
keeps going up and down, up and down. Shit drive me crazy.
He's talking about the coin. No, but he's doing this thing. Dodge, but it's called Department of Government. I forgot what it is, but I'm not when I talk. You talk about Dodge the coin,
yes,
and I'm not talking about Dodge the coin. I'm talking about the new department that basically Elon is running. That I forget what the full acronym for is. Basically, the government efficiency, the Department of Government Efficiency, where basically he's going to he's gonna let Elon go through all the books and just get rid of everything that. So we have no idea what they're about to kill. They're gonna try to kill everything. He's just gonna try to like cut everything the next 4 years.
What a time to be alive.
What a time to be alive. If you wanted full mayhem, here it is. Welcome back. If this is
casual supremacy,
you wanted, it's not
Jason
even
Paulino.
it's casual supremacy. It's not even casual anymore. It's full frontal, fuckery. It is just gonna be that time, and just get ready. And I love AI. Like I said, I love my Chat GPT, but I am afraid of what AI will be 5 years from now, 10 years from now.
Yes, because it's
Okay,
an investment. Right, you invest that type of money, something crazy has to come out.
They are, developing PhD level groups at this point of people who are basically these AI agents is what they call them, and they're basically like, instead of hiring someone, they just get an AI agent. Now you're dealing with AI bots. It responds to you. It almost feels. I talk to my Chat GPT. It's like my fucking diary. It's just like it is what it is. Like, depending on the kind of work that I'm doing, it's like having this superhuman brain, and just like I said, for whatever process you're using in life. Like for myself, the Chat GPT just makes it faster. Like I can just get two things faster. And now it's like my search engine. Maybe it's our mistake because we're allowing it to kind of incorporate into our lives. But I think that the larger implications when it comes to like workers' rights and people's rights, they're just going to go down. Because they're going to find replacements. They're going to find robots. Basically, the jobs of the future are going to be basically like AI related, like AI repair and AI. And I've done that in science fiction where that's what I think is going to happen, where it's going to be about fixing the robots and fixing the machines. But there's going to be a lot less of like, and that's why everyone talks about things like, universal basic income, because you just eventually things are, that's the whole point of technology. The whole point of technology is supposed to make people's lives better. But think about it, as we've made things faster, we're actually kind of making things worse because it's like all about money. So if like you now make things better, now we don't need a person to do this. Now we have a machine to do it. But then now the person doesn't have a job. So the person is really
we'll have that person do something else.
They could do something else. And I'm just saying, but there has to be, but there's just constant adjustment. I'm just saying that in the next 5 to 10 years, there's going to be an adjustment to this world. There's adjustment to AI. It's going to happen in like bop, and like people are gonna lose jobs. People are gonna lose, and again, I'm telling you, that's when the stock market. And think about it. Like I don't know how many stocks do you own. Do you? What's your portfolio look like?
Oh, I'm invested in various stocks.
Okay, no, no, I'm serious. I want to know like.
Okay, so I'm invested in Rumble, Doge, Bitcoin.
Okay.
Some electric companies. I also have some pharmaceutical companies as well.
Okay.
It's very diverse.
Okay, so listen, you have a good portfolio, but that's the way to be. Those kind of assets are exactly what you're going to be. And I think that those are going to be like, if you have Bitcoin right now, it's like 105,000. It's doing pretty well.
107.
Like 107. You got to be pretty happy. So I think you got to be excited for that. We'll see what happens. I mean, he's definitely going to slash everything. But here's a new thing that I've been seeing everyone doing on the subway or on Instagram. Hot takes. Okay, so I have a hot take for you. Let's give you live. I got a hot take.
Hot take. Some shots.
I got a hot take. For 2025, let's get to the real topic.
2025.
Okay? The real winner of the 2024 presidential election is
25.
2024. No. You won in 2024, right? Is Barron Trump. Tell me, give me shots for Barron Trump. Barron is 18 years old. He is like 6'8". He's a freshman at NYU. I don't know if you saw him at the inauguration, but like they brought him up and all he was doing was this thing. I was like, dog, that dude is 18 years old. He's 6'8". He hovers over everyone. There is no one cooler. He's about to do a real estate company. So it's going to be Barron Trump.
Oh, I've seen that headline.
Yo, Barron is going to, like, think about it. Like, Barron is coming in hot. He's 18. And I'm telling you, if you wanted to be a friend with the Trump right now, Barron, I want to hang out with Barron Trump. That's my hot take. Barron is the real winner. Think about it. He is the king of life. 18 years old, 6'8", fucking going to NYU. He is the fucking. We're gonna be dealing with Barron for like another generation. Okay, forget it. That's all I'm telling you. Is
He might run as well.
Don't think about it. He is. He gets their looks. He looks like Melania. And looks like Donald. Think about it. What's his name? He hates him probably. Donald Jr. Eric definitely hates fucking Barron. They all hate Barron. Let's be real about it. Okay, they're all haters of Barron, and that's the Melania, the whole thing. You know, the kids are from the old wives. He doesn't care about the old wives. He cares about the new wife, and the new wife's kid is Barron. And Barron Trump, I say, is my hot take. He's got the real estate. He's gonna be the real estate mogul. He's next up. He is the Trump that I say we want to know. I'm giving him the this is Trump. This is the Barron Trump right now. What you say? I can't hear you. That is the Trump. That is my hot take. Barron Trump, 2020, whatever it is, maybe 2030 something. Bam. Post it.
Live from the MC.
All right, sir. So we're here. It's the end of the show. We're talking about casual. We're talking about supremacy. We're talking about the Dykeman podcast. What's happening with the Dykeman podcast?
I want to say shout outs to the art pieces in the back.
Oh, Ramon, man. Those are Ramon Paulinos or originals. I'm going to keep rotating them because I have so many here, but he is, he's been gone since 2011. I'm surrounded by them, but yeah, and my family, we all have our own like a collection. But he was a special man, a Dominican immigrant. He came here in '77. He brought his whole family here from the Dominican Republic, and he like self-taught himself how to be a painter when the last 3 years of his life. So he between 62 and 65, he died at 65, 3 years. So, but yeah, I'm gonna switch around some of the paintings, and we're gonna have some fun times. And but yeah, man, Dykeman podcast. I'm just trying to keep it casual. It's gonna be crazy. I feel like the next time we speak will be like 2 weeks, but it's gonna be like it's just like all these different things seem to be unfolding at rates that no one can like. Every time I look, I don't even want to look at the news. I don't want to look at Twitter. I don't want to look at.
Probably have a breaking story right now.
We're missing something right now just because we're taping this. That's like, oh my god, and it's just that's what we're gonna be dealing with. Exactly. We're gonna be all right, is my point. So bye vita, woe to the conquered. We are gonna have to do what we have to do right now, do our best, fight our strengths, and just that's it, man. There's nothing else. No one cares about anything else. No one cares about, like you're on your own, make some money right now, be good to yourself. Come back to us. We love having you. Dykeman podcast, Casual Supremacy, January 22, 2005. Good night, baby.
Live from the MC. Oh. Live from the MC.